Today we have a special guest visitor, Chong Oh, and maybe some of you are familiar with Chong and some of you are not. And so if we could start, Chong, would you mind just introducing yourself and your position?
Sure. My name is Chong Oh. I'm the director for the Information Systems program at the Eccles School of Business, primarily overseeing the growth, the leadership of the IS program, undergrads as well as the MSIS.
Okay. So yeah, Chong, today I'd like to talk about AI
Oh.
and specifically how a business student could start to think about AI, how they could start to study it, what kind of classes are involved, all those kinds of things. So first question was, how is AI kind of related to information systems, the program that you run?
That's a good question because AI is fundamentally a component of information systems. So perhaps we want to revisit the definition of what is information systems. So information systems is the processing, the storing, the management of data and information to help individuals and organizations make decisions. Correct. So the element of AI is part of that structure. If you think about how AI is come about, AI is built on existing data, right? So for example, if I want to know this picture of an animal, whether it's a dog or not, and I have an AI model that has ability to tell me, yes, this is a dog or not, this is not a dog. That model is built on millions and millions of pictures of animals. Some are dogs, some are cats, some are tigers and so forth. So AI is built on data and information. The other part of AI that is very, very important is automation of processes. That when I talk about processes, it's like processes of transferring or moving information along to make it faster, just like buying stuff on eBay or Amazon, right? So that processes is automated going to be in the future very much influenced by AI, and AI is then the mechanism to make it much faster, to make predictive analytics much faster and all that stuff.
So computer science, statistics, they have a role to play, but I guess they're doing more of the underlying algorithms. IS is where it gets applied to business results. Is that right?
So let's say not necessarily business, for any organizations or individuals who uses data to make decisions. Now, AI is just like information systems, is very interdisciplinary because every industry and every sector has data and information. So information systems as well as AI uses those components to build models, then to help people make better decisions. Very interdisciplinary, not just in the area of computer science or business. It's also all the way to education, healthcare, security.
Okay, the next question I wanted to talk about is when you've got information systems, but this emerging AI field, you've got sometimes schools can be a little slow to change. You've got to move quickly to take the advantage of this. So what is IS doing to kind of seize this opportunity?
Another good question. It is indeed an area of emerging interest that is impacting a lot of jobs, a lot of opportunities. So what we are doing is in the many different areas. I think number one is the leadership. When I say leadership, it's leadership in the program or the school itself has to have a vision of what AI can do for the population, which is the students and the faculty and so forth. Because there are a lot of benefits, but there are also a lot of challenges as well. But if the leadership do not have this vision, then nothing will happen, right? No initiatives, no funding, no encouragement, no motivation. So it always starts with the people on top, the motivation of it. So the School of Business indeed has good vision in terms of its the leadership that is responsible for this. And for our program, there are a few areas that we have started to do to incorporate AI. The first one is curriculum. We have a AI minor that we are working on that is going to be approved and be offered soon. This is for the undergrad. And for the graduate side, we have started to have some graduate elective classes on AI, like machine learning and AI and business processes. There's also going to be another class on strategy and AI. So those are the curriculum part. AI is very interdisciplinary. So we have to open up and connect with all different departments, other departments in the School of Business, departments outside the School of Business. For example, humanities, they are badly impacted with AI, like the teaching of English and so forth, those areas. But surprisingly, I am personally have been collaborating with a lot of professors from humanities. They are actually one of those forefront of AI that they're excited of using, excited with using AI in how it's going to change the careers of their students. So we need to be more interdisciplinary in connecting with different programs and how to collaborate with them, different degree offerings and so forth. Another area is actually partnership with industry, because industry it's a win-win relationship. We need their help. Industry needs our help too, because they need people who have the skill set in AI to help them in their future, to hire our students basically. But at the same time, we need industry partners because they are the ones that are probably in forefront in terms of being relevant with AI. So we need to connect with industry, partner with them in different types of events and partnerships to bring their expertise into the front of our students. Research is another area.
Right.
Yeah. So research is where we can incorporate students and student learning. So our faculty has started to do some research in AI, like chatbot, large language model creation with ChatGPT. I'm going to show you afterwards some example of this.
Okay. So it sounds like every semester there's something new. It's constantly evolving.
Yeah, it's crazy how things are evolving. The funny thing is AI has been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We think that AI has just been around for 2 years. That is just because of large language model. Fundamentally, AI is a machine helping us to make decisions. And at the very lowest level, AI is actually what we call machine learning. It's actually a statistical model to help us decide on whether something is true or not true, or right or wrong. And it's all based on statistics and probability. So going back to the example of the dogs and the animal case. So when I show the picture of the dog to the model is going through all the millions and millions of pictures that are similar to the dog and decide, is this a dog or not, right? It's a 1 or 0 case. So it has been around for a long time. The only reason why the public is not very aware of AI is because it's not easy to use AI before large language model, because that time you have to write code to work with AI. But today we have LLM ChatGPT that uses natural language, where we can just speak and that can be translated to code. The code works with the AI model, spits out the response comes back to us. That's why all of a sudden everybody and anybody can use
it's
AI.
on their phone, it's on
because of ChatGPT. It's because it's natural language model, natural language processing is.
Which means it'll probably become easier to use it in business also.
Yeah, in every aspect here.
I was thinking of just one other part of that interdisciplinary cooperation would be the legal side, like the law school, because you've got potential threats to intellectual property or liability if you're giving bad advice for medical conditions. So I wanted to bring to the next question, which is, for students, they might hear a lot of scary things about AI, and it may be tempting to start to think of jumping on that side of it, which is, stop it, don't let it destroy our world.
Yeah.
But then you have this other side, which is actually it could help a lot of businesses serve customers and reduce expenses and reduce a lot of boring manual tasks that people have to do at work. So what would you recommend to a student who's trying to figure out, should they be optimistic or pessimistic about AI?
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I mean, it's not just students, right? Even among our faculty, some faculty are just like, no AI, and other faculties are all gung ho about AI. So it's not, it's the people, it's a person, right? but it's actually based on whether the person has enough knowledge about AI or not. Because for most people, if they know enough about AI and the benefits of AI, they will probably be a proponent of AI, right? Because AI has a lot of benefits. But if you're not aware of the or understand how AI works and all those things, then most cases you'll be on the defensive because you're trying to protect, number one, job security. Because AI is impacting jobs. That's true. Everywhere. Because AI is automating processes, so it eliminates a lot of manual work that was done by humans before. It is impacting jobs. And also, AI has issues with ethics. Because AI do not know what is true or what is right and what is wrong in terms of moral. It just based information and decision based on this historical data, the model that has been created. It doesn't know that this is wrong when I tell you to do this or give you a suggestion on this decision based on more. It's just based on data. So ethics is another question. Another one is risk, because AI can pose or increase risk. Because for most people, we want to reduce our risk. In risk of investing in the wrong things, risk of making wrong decisions. So AI may propose some decisions that are bad, right? So those are very relevant questions that humans are concerned about. Now, on the benefit side, there are three areas that I would like to propose. One, that we need to, or the benefits of those areas. Number one is innovation and growth. Because AI, the benefits of AI is very real as well. It allows us to look at how we can innovate and create new services, new products, new jobs, new opportunities. Yeah, because eliminating old jobs also means that there are also new things that we can do. Another one is career opportunities for students, especially. Having this AI skill set open many doors for them to go into careers that does not exist before. Like prompt engineering is one of them, although I don't think it's going to last very long. Prompt engineering is where you are hired to write prompts into ChatGPT and so forth to get the right answer. Because if you want to get the answers or response from Chat and GPT that is useful, then you need to write the prompt so that it will or have the information, good information to help you with that process.
Yeah, I've seen some cases where they'll have hundreds of words to coach ChatGPT
exactly
on exactly how to answer the question, not just little simple questions.
Yeah, there's a lot of, the more background information you can give to the model will have more guardrails, and will be more specific in the answers to give you, useful answers. Yeah, I think the most important thing is competitive advantage. I think individually or organization level, anybody with AI knowledge will always have a competitive advantage because you can do more, right? You can do a lot more. I'm just so much productive today than a year ago because I'm able to write more papers. I'm able to congest information a lot faster, create assignments a lot faster, create quiz questions a lot faster. This productivity level has gone up. It's because I just know how to use AI to help me in my work. So similarly, is the competitive advantage at the organizational level. When AI is used strategically across all the business processes in the company, you can see a huge amount of productivity increase, right, across all levels.
So it sounds like you're saying for each individual, don't be so quick to judge AI as evil or good. Spend a lot more time learning it. And then I guess as a business manager also, don't be so quick to discount it or throw it away. Just try some prototype projects, educate your employees on what you're trying to do, how it's going to work.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's, gather a lot more facts before you start to harden opinions.
The key, you touch on the key, which is education. Yeah. Learning about what is AI, then will help you to understand what is the potentials and what are the drawbacks as well. Things you need to watch out for. The biases, the ethics, all those issues, they are real. They are real because AI is not perfect. Yeah, because it's human made. It's not something that God made. Like it's human. It's not perfect. So there are a lot of, it's still improving all the time. We cannot take AI's responses as the right answer.
Yeah. The models are getting better. Have you seen any, when you talk to alumni or industry context? I know we have an advisory board. Do you hear any interesting things that companies are doing with AI to help their customers, to help their profits?
I've come across a lot of new innovations that I'm going to share with you a few of them. I think Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, for example, they use a lot of AI in their, what do you call, algorithmic.
The trading or the
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
Algorithmic trading, yeah.
Yep, that's right. Because AI is able to process the data a lot faster and more accurate. Because another thing about AI is AI looks for trends and patterns, right? So it looks at things that has been labeled as good before, then it looks for the same patterns and data of good things and able to that's one area, because it's a lot faster than humanly possible. Also, in the area of healthcare, if you look at X-ray diagnostics right now, a lot of them are good. It's being done using AI. Now, again, it's not AI alone. It's AI plus human intervention, human supervision. Because AI can do a lot of the, say, 70-80% of the diagnostics, but then the humans will come in to verify, yes, this is true, this is correct. Because you still have the human element to make sure that AI don't go crazy and is within boundaries, right? But hey, eliminating 80% of your manual work is already increasing productivity by a lot. Then you have the humans can be used for doing a lot more, more useful things. Another area is manufacturing. So supply chain, for example. Supply chain is going from the raw materials all the way to your the products that we use every day. There's a huge amount of supply chain, and along the way there's so many processes, and AI can and already being used to automate those processes like a lot faster. There's so much complication in that supply chain processes, but using AI is able to help us to be more optimized. Yeah. Self-driving cars is another crazy one, right?
That could be coming for all of us soon.
I already have elements of self-driving stuff in my van, because parking is one of them. Not train, but lane detection is another one.
Oh, yeah.
Braking, safety. Those are all elements of AI that is actually being used right now. AI is making decisions for us to to avoid danger and so forth. So yeah, that's another example. But research is one area that we are working on heavily. Especially we are doing a lot of research in chatbots, AI chatbots, whereby if you think about chatbots that's being used, like when you go to buy an airline tickets, for example, a lot of those customer service front end are replaced by chatbots now, and a lot of them are rule-based. Rule-based means that it will go through a set of answers, and then
just
you
like
say
a simple tree.
Yeah, it will ask you, what do you want? I want to book a ticket. Okay, then it goes to the next set of questions. But then when we replace this with large language model powered AI, it becomes like talking to another human being. Behind the scene, it's still gathering the information just like before, but now is able to translate what I'm asking and respond back in a very human-like manner. So we're doing this particular research for mental health chatbot. So this chatbot is to help, but right now we're just targeting students in general in terms of just regular mental health issues, like if they're overwhelmed with schoolwork or overwhelmed with some, relationship issues with family and friends. So the chatbot is designed to help them to cope with that. They are not the counselors, of course, but they can help to reduce the workload of the counselors, the human counselors, because there's just not enough human counselors to help everybody, right? And it's so expensive also. But a chatbot can reduce a lot of the front end, small, medial stuff, right? And also, the other thing about chatbots is anonymous.
Anonymous. Yeah.
Anonymous, yeah. So a lot of people feel very comfortable sharing information, especially private information, to an anonymous bot. instead of to another human
with
being.
no judgment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
right.
interesting. Oh.
Yeah. So this, can I show you the mental health? So this is one example of how customer service is going to be totally revamped. But in this case, this is just a bot on mental health. The awesome thing that our MSI student
This is a university initiative or university project, or you're just evaluating?
Research project.
Wow.
No, we built this up.
Wow.
A MSI student helped us to create this, and Professor Matt Pesok is also another person that's helping. So this is connected to voice to text and text to voice. So I can speak the question. It's going to translate to text, put the information into the chatbot. Chatbot is going to answer it back in text and then translate that to voice. Okay, let's see how it works. So I'm going to ask a question here. Hello, I'm so depressed. I have so much homework I need to do. I do not know what to do. Can you help me, please? So it's just translated my...
Oh, that looks accurate. That's great.
So now it's thinking and giving me a response, right? So this is tied to an AI large language model, basically ChatGPT at the back end. But we also feed it with thousands and thousands of counselor, patient responses, conversations in text, so that it's very geared towards understanding mental health issues and responding in a mental health environment. So it's a counselor basically, trained to handle a lot of mental health questions. So it has given me the answer. So let's hear in terms of voice.
And I can see it's not necessarily prescribing any action. It's just asking follow-ups.
I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling so overwhelmed right now. It's tough to manage feelings of depression alongside academic pressures.
And it's a good voice quality.
Let's try to break things down a bit to make them more manageable. Could you tell me a bit more about the homework you have? What subjects are you dealing with, and what are the deadlines like? This way we can try to create a plan together.
Now, are there some guardrails?
Yes.
If someone talks about suicide or other dangerous things?
You will recommend to a counselor.
Okay.
So you see that it doesn't really immediately recommend a solution. It say, tell me more, right? Because we have designed it so that it doesn't do that. Ask it so that it will show understanding and also show to understand more about the problem before giving a solution. So we designed that step into this chatbot.
So this is all based on a publicly available large language model, but you've augmented it with your own supplemental data to make it specific for your case.
Yeah, so, the specific is that the patient, the conversations between patient and counselors, all the text information from the thousands and thousands of this text information that fit it in. So you can do this specific type of approach for any context and any area that you want. Like for example, I'm teaching a class on web development, right? I can upload my whole textbook into here. So now this can be a TA that can answer any questions pertaining to the class, of course, pertaining to the textbook information. And I can upload syllabus, assignment, due date, and all that stuff. You will be able to answer that as well. So you can see how powerful this is. So this is, in terms of productivity, in terms of potential, how do I say, economic, commercial value.
Right.
This has great commercial value. This is just one of the area that is booming because of the availability of large language model that allows people to talk naturally to the machine. And the machine is able to use AI, get the answer, and come back to us in a natural language.
So I can see, like we were talking about before, those watching may have already some bias. Like, this sounds like a terrible idea, or this sounds like a great idea. But I think our responsibility in business programs is to do proof of concept and try these things. Don't immediately rule it out or immediately jump into it, but test them, prototype, and gather more data before we start to make conclusions.
Yeah, true. Yeah. The accuracy and also the value that this is still a product basically. This type of product and services gives to us is what's important. In our research, what we're doing is trying to understand whether this approach is more valuable than the previous approach of just using rule-based. because there are already existing mental health chatbots out there.
Oh, okay.
But they are rule-based.
Very
right?
simple.
How are you feeling today? XO. Then they will follow the rules, right? But because it's human-like nature and approach helps the not patient, but the student or the person to feel comfortable. Right?
Yeah.
The voice, as what you said, the voice, the sound of the voice, this actually helps in terms of the whole process of reducing mental health anxieties for the patients.
Jen? I think of other cases, and we can move on to the next topic, but I think of cases where you may have a really large-scale event and you just wouldn't possibly have enough counselors to support all the people. So something like this can scale. You could scale to hundreds of thousands of chats instantly in a way that you couldn't with high school counselors or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think the point of this type of products is to help with the majority of the small cases.
Right. Okay. Yeah. They're not.
And usually small cases, if they're untreated, become significant large cases and become really, really bad cases, right? So if you're able to have a product like this to help with the small cases, then you reduce the up the chain type of big cases in the future.
Oh, that's great. Well, we've talked about AI quite a bit. I just want to finish with this question about a student. Let's say an individual student out there is saying, I think this sounds like a great opportunity. I'd love to jump into it and get more involved. What would be some classes they could take or programs they could major in or electives they could take?
Yeah, there are many. So right now, we in terms of curriculum, we have the AI minor that's coming up, and we already have a few classes that's already being offered. So students can enroll in those classes, introductory classes on machine learning, on strategy and AI, on business process improvement using AI. There are other areas that we are also incorporating AI. We have an AI competition in the spring of 25. Every spring, it's a ChatGPT competition where we give the students a set of problems and tell them, okay, solve this using AI, using ChatGPT to find a solution that is good, have great value, and present that to the panel of judges. We are doing ongoing research. So join us, students, please join us in our research. We'll welcome you so they can learn as well along and also help us in our research. Another one is we are starting to do a series of coding boot camps. In the past, we focused on R and Python because there's a fundamental skill set that's needed for our classes. And it's the skill set that is actually downstream towards AI. But we're going to incorporate this ChatGPT build, the chatbot building. We're going to incorporate a lot of AI stuff in the future. So this bootcamp series is open to any student or who is interested, regardless of the major, undergraduate or graduate, and we have it once a month. The point is we want to build this skill set for our students so that number one, they'll be prepared for classes. When they go to classes, they'll be more prepared. We'll give them more confidence and they'll be more successful that way. The second one is to help them to build their resume so that a lot of these things that they build can be put into their portfolio so that, they'll be more successful when they go for interviews and stuff.
Yeah, and I agree with that. You want to, for a student, you want to stop thinking of ChatGPT or similar tools as a toy. And I know a lot of them will just ask joke questions, but start to think about it more from an entrepreneur standpoint. Mm-hmm. What could I do that would solve a problem, make some money, help some customers? And yeah, like you're saying, they could, with very few resources, they could do some kind of experiment, do a prototype, and then show it around and get some feedback from someone like you. So
yeah, that's true. Actually, we didn't talk much about entrepreneurship, right? Because a lot of these things that we are talking about can easily be made into a startup opportunity, right? The reason why, because the public right now is just in awe of just using ChatGPT as a way to talk and get some answers. But there are a lot more that can be done, and a lot new innovative products and services that can be created, for startups and so forth. So a lot of opportunity out there. So as you can see, we go back to the question of being defensive because of AI or being optimistic because of AI.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you know that I'm very optimistic about
Right.
AI. But the reason why is because I can see a lot of opportunities with AI. But having said that, though, I understand about the concerns with biases and ethics and concern with job security and all that stuff as well. Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
there is going to be a shift. And so we have to just manage the shift. Jobs will go away, but then they'll come up in a different place. So people are going to have to do a transition. And that's what we want to do, is find the innovation and then help make it a smooth transition.
Yeah.
So
that's why gaining knowledge, new knowledge, is very critical, because in life, learning is it's an ever-going, ever-evolving type of thing that we need to do. And otherwise, we'll be irrelevant, and that's where jobs will go away, because we are irrelevant.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank Chong. If you ever want to get to know him, just look up on the Eccles website. You can find his office address or email, and just keep watching. We're going to be introducing new classes all the time, and it's an exciting field. So thanks, Chong.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thanks.